Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Software Engineer K, and we have some big news. So Monster Infinite, the money token is pumping. We are up nearly 2000%. If you guys took my cue, I told you guys where I was dollar cost averaging. Even if you had bought after the market had settled where I was buying, you'd be up, more than double by now, about triple. So everything is going pretty well for Monster Infinite, and we have some big updates coming. The whole engine is starting to run, so I'm going to be going through everything with you guys with regards to what you need to know for the marketplace, along with all of the kind of intricate workings with what the Monster Infinite team's been doing with bridging the STT token, the staking, purchasing your monsters as well on the market, what you can do, and just kind of crunching a bit of some of the numbers with what you can expect as well with all of the tokenomics. So Monster Infinite, for those who aren't aware, it is a play-to-earn game. It's a brand new niche. This whole play-to-earn area is like a niche within blockchain, but it is blowing up because there is a need for it. These digital economies are starting to become more and more popular. However, Monster Infinite is my #1 play-to-earn platform, and that is for three main reasons. Firstly is it is a very early project, and this is probably the most important point. Is yes, there are other good play to earn projects out there like Axie Infinity, Illuvium. The problem with those, and that's the significant problem, is the market cap for those is already way too big. If you're getting in now, then you've kind of missed out on where all the gains were. Yes, you're still going to make pretty good returns, but very rarely do I find a project this early which also hits my other criteria. And now my other criteria, which I'm going to touch on, is they have huge partnerships. Like, they've got bucket loads of partnerships, and I always say there's an old adage where wherever the big money is going, you follow it. And the people investing, is, for example, OKX. That's one of the top 5 exchanges in the world by volume. They have personally invested into Monster Infinite. You've got Gate.io. They've also recently invested. You have loads of institutions. Quite a lot of kind of like venture capitalists have been investing into Monster Infinite. So yeah, the money is definitely going. Institutional money only ever goes into legitimate projects. Okay, you're never ever going to see big institutions buying into some kind of dog meme coin. Okay, it's just not a thing. But money has been going into Monster Infinite. Now the other point is they've already got the product and everything. They've proven it. They've tested it out. They have been releasing gradually, and even though there was like some hiccups during the release due to bots and snipes and mempool snipers and all of that, they were able to dispel that quite quickly, and the price has actually recovered, and it's actually surpassed what it was at launch now, which is ridiculous. Like, projects, I mean, if you guys follow any project, when you see that initial pump and then that dump out on the day of the launch, it takes a while for it to get back to that initial price, and Monster Infinite's just cleared that. So it is amazing. I'm literally sat here whilst I'm making this video, and I've already crunched numbers. The price is actually going up, so my numbers are actually going to be off, but the concept will still be the same. So firstly, STT bridging. Now, what is STT bridging? So if you play Axie Infinity, you'll know that they have two tokens. They have the AXS token and the SOP token. MONI, the Monster Infinite token MONI, has a similar counterpart called the STT token. So you need both tokens to kind of engage with this ecosystem. Now, what's interesting is also, if you are familiar with Axie, they have their own kind of bridge called Ronin, and Monster Infinite has actually gone and created their own bridge. So you can actually bridge STT tokens with 0 fees on both MONI and STT transactions. That is amazing. Okay, anyone who deals with Ethereum based NFTs, you guys know the problem with the fees. You can breed, mint, whatever it is, trade, sell for 0 fees. Okay, that is the first thing, because they've gone and created their own sidechain. You don't have to worry about the fee side, so more profit margin for you. Now, they have kind of spoken a bit about the liquidity of STT and MONI, and that's where the staking side comes in. So in the second scenario, the value of STT would be cheaper in other exchanges compared to the marketplace. Users will purchase STT and bridge the STT back into the Monster chain for in-game transactions. So you're gonna, by doing that, by bringing STT into the liquidity pool, you're increasing liquidity, and that way users can kind of, one, maintain the low fees, and two, there's this kind of pairing, so more users can contribute money as well and gain liquidity rewards. So they've created their own sidechain to ensure that fees stay low. A project doing that this early is pretty impressive. Now, the next point is with regards to the marketplace and releasing. Now, they've made a very, very big point of this, and I 100% support them on this, is the marketplace features, they're not going to be rolled out in one big chunk. They're going to be rolled out in increments. So first, you're going to kind of have access to the marketplace. Then you're going to be able to, sell in the marketplace. Initially they'll probably have a primary market and then a secondary market where users can engage with each other, and then there's going to be more utility in that market. They're going to do it in increments, and the reason they've done that is because they want people to become familiarized with the market. They want those releases to come out slowly, and that just makes sense. They don't want people to kind of take advantage from day one, those who kind of like are familiar with all of the different utilities. So I think they're doing the right steps. And also, if you're releasing things incrementally, if there's a problem, it's easier to fix one problem rather than releasing 10 things at once and fixing 10 problems. I think what they're doing is the right thing to do. Now, in terms of the two types of monsters they're going to be releasing, so there are two different types. There are Chrono Zeros and Soul Bonds. Now, what is the difference between these two? That is the question. So Chrono Zeros, these are the ones where you can trade them, you can transfer them. They've got a special Chrono Zero tag, and they are in limited supply. The Soul Bond ones, you cannot sell those. Those are not tradable, and they're going to be on sale for a fixed price. Now, there are two reasons for this, okay? They've kind of looked at Axie Infinity, and they've seen that, some people, they'll buy floor Axies just to play the game. They're not interested in breeding. But some people, they just want to buy Axies to breed. So they've kind of taken that and they've expanded on that concept. So Soul Bonds are going to be predominantly, I believe, for people who want to play the game and earn from the game. So these, I believe, will command a lower price tag because they are kind of attached to your account. So these are going to be the ones to go for if you want to play the game. Now, if you want to breed or clone, as they call it in Monster Infinite, you'd want to go for the Chrono Zeros. So they kind of start off with a very low clone count because obviously as you're cloning, the cost of that will increase over time. And these are going to go with a Dutch style auction mechanism. So, I believe that this is going to start a specific price, and then over time, the price kind of lowers until it's sold. So limited supply on these as well. Now, me personally, I will pick up some Soul Bonds to play the game, but I'm going to predominantly focus on Chrono Zeros because I'm more of a breeder. That's why I do an Axie Infinity. That's kind of going to be my main aim in Monster Infinite. But again, people, they play the game differently. I know it just suits, who you are. Now, in terms of STT, this is big. Now, I said at the start, back when this first found out about this project, I said this was going to be a 100x project. And I'm not one of those people who says it's going to do this, but then I don't invest in it, or I don't invest significantly in it. I said it was going to be a 100x project, so I invested quite significantly into it. And this is one of those points, is the tokenomics are insane. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more about tokenomics next, but with the STT token, you're going to need that for maintaining the MONI STT pool. You're going to be using STT to purchase your monsters as well. So you're going to bridge from MONI to STT to purchase your monsters. You're going to use STT to clone. You're going to use STT for within the game, reviving, leveling, even cosmetics. This is big. So with Axie Infinity, you can't actually like customize your Axies after they've been bred, but people do actually pay a lot of money for very unique looking Axies. They might be absolute shit in terms of battling or breeding, but they just look really, really cool, like with absolute random parts. So people do actually pay a lot of money if they look cool. So cosmetics, again, that's another one. Like they're hitting the nails on the head. They are doing everything perfectly right now. So this is actually an inflationary token. So as you play the game, you will farm more of the STT, exactly like SLP. But it does have a use case, and it is going to be kind of burned through the various different utility within the game. So you don't have to worry too much about oversaturation, and you do need it to maintain that STT money liquidity as well. Now, moving on to the tokenomics. Okay. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I have quite a high success rate. You know, if you look back at all the projects I've covered, I have pretty much 100% success rate. And that's because I'm sharing with you guys what I'm doing. I'm not sharing with you guys, you know, what I would do. This is literally what I'm doing. So again, I'm buying more MONI tokens because, have a look at this, okay? Let's assume the circulating supply of MONI tokens is about 7 million. Okay, now that's obviously going to change a little bit as more tokens unlock, but just for you know, this purpose, let's say assume a 7 million figure. Let's say it's $3 per MONI token. That gives you a market cap of about 21 million. Okay. Now 50% of MONI circulating supply has been removed because it's going into the staking treasury. And that's going to happen because people want to stake their MONI tokens, okay? So that MONI token has been removed from circulation. Now, the circulating supply, therefore, has reduced by a half. You would expect the token value to increase by double. And that's what happens with a lot of tokens, okay? We've seen this happen with IOV token, for example. A lot of people started staking it. The price of it shot up. More recently, more relevantly, AXS token. They announced staking about a week ago. The price of AXS token went from $65 to $150 because about half of the supply got staked. That concept is proven. No one can deny that. Now, that's fair enough. Half people stake it, the price of token doubles. Okay, now let's say you want to buy some Chrono Zero monsters to do some breeding, playing the game, wherever it is. Fair enough. The monster sale will start from next week. Let's say one monster sells for $150, okay? MONI token is $3. So every Chrono Zero monster is going to cost you about 50 MONI tokens. Now, assume there are 140,000 Chrono Zero monsters up for sale in this auction. You need 3 of them in a team. So only about 47 people will be able to buy a full team. Okay? Let's say they do that. And I guarantee you, all of these will be sold out because people want to play the game and breed and stuff. Let's say they do that. Half of the supply has just been wiped out. Okay? Because they need to exchange that money for STT. Now, you've wiped out half the supply again. All of a sudden, the price of the token shoots up to $12. And this has happened with Axie Infinity. This is happening with other kind of similar projects, but not to this kind of, you know, scale so early on. Now, assuming people don't want to breed, they just want to play the game. Let's say soul bond monsters, they're really cheap because you're not going to breed them. They're like $15, right? And these are a much higher supply. 200,000 players purchase it. You know, they purchase 3 of them. They purchase just one team, not even multiple teams, just one single team. They wipe out, you know, another half of the supply. And this is with just, you know, tens of thousands of players. Axie Infinity has 2 million active players, not, you know, like 2 million accounts. They have 2 million people, unique users that are playing actively. This is with just tens of thousands of users, okay? That should put it into perspective that when I said this was going to be a 100x project, I was not joking. I was being conservative. That I believe this can truly actually be a 1000x project, but I decided to be conservative and go with 100x. We're already at 20x from when we bought in, and none of this stuff is even out yet. So that hopefully should put it into perspective for you guys. Now, whilst I was making the video, yes, let's just have a look. So I'm gonna have to drag this to the side. Okay. So let's just see. Let's set it to the 5-minute chart. So yeah, as you guys can see, whilst I was making the video, so, you know, in the past like 20 minutes, the price has gone from about $3.90-ish up to about nearly $4.20. That was whilst I was making the video. And yeah, if we just go to the 4-hourly chart. So this was the initial pump and dump. So, you know, we had mempool snipers that literally sniped the token, pumped it up, everyone was buying, you know, there was lack of liquidity, and we went to about $4. And then all of the FUD came in, people saying, oh look, the devs are buying and selling, when really it was just the mempool sniping bots. The devs proved it wasn't them, and the price came down. I was like, you know what, this is an amazing opportunity to dollar cost average. I was dollar cost averaging down, and now the current price is actually above where it shot up to. So guys, I'm telling you, dollar cost averaging, it's been my #1 strategy. You know, I never say, oh, the price is too high, I'm not going to buy in. If it's a sound project, if I've analyzed the market cap, if I've looked at the team, the investors, I'll buy in a small amount and I'll just carry on dollar cost averaging. And now, I'm up a very significant amount. I'm up more than I've been up in, my other tokens, more than I've been up in IOV. I've made more than what I've made in, percent wise in OMI, in, NEO, XRP, all the other tokens. And this is a very, very new project. Okay. I'm very, very bullish. And now the last thing I just wanted to touch on, and again, people are going to say, yes, but you have not proven that it, other tokens have done this. She guy pumps like crazy as well sometimes. So why is this different? Well, I said you follow the money. Okay, there's an adage where wherever the big money's going, you follow, because you're never, ever, ever going to be able to do better due diligence, get more information than the big institutional players. They've got the legal teams, they've got the research analysts, they've got all of this, disposable income in order to research these projects before they invest into it. Now, they've been partnering up with loads of names, Momentum 6, they've partnered up with TK Ventures. If you scroll down, you're going to see, even more partnerships. Moonwell, they've partnered with them. They partnered with OKX, they partnered with Gate.io, they've partnered with the list just goes on and on. So all of these institutional partners, you're never ever really gonna outclass them in terms of research, in terms of due diligence. But if you know that they have put in their money and a significant amount of money into a project, you can be sure that at least the project is legitimate. It's not going to be a rug pull. But I think we've kind of gone past that FUD stage where people thought MONI was going to be a rug pull. It's not. The team, they're super transparent. They've put in so much effort into just rectifying the FUD that was spread by other users that were just trying to lower the token price. So yeah, we are currently sat at $4.24. Okay, I swear it was less than that like a few minutes ago. Now it's $4.24. Like, this is insane. When people look back historically and they see that point where a token just went absolutely parabolic, I believe we're about to experience that point. Okay, let's see what happens next week when the market's out. But I'm gonna drop the biggest I told you so. Now I know some of my viewers, they don't do too much research into these tokens, but they kind of buy based on what I'm buying. I would personally advise against that. Do the research on your own, because I'm not a financial advisor, but I do appreciate the gesture that people are like mimicking my buys. But yeah, I am personally dollar cost averaging. If you want to do that, then feel free, but that's just what I'm doing. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.